Bon lecture! Hello everyone, and welcome! We have left Mr. Painted Mesa standing there waiting for far too long. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV and my playthrough of New Game Plus, which is like story mode but without the first 5 levels of content. The Conqueror of the Copper Bell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume, and Ulda will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papashan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Momodi. It'll do the woman well to see you alive and in one piece. No. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine. You stole from me. Don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot. You refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggoty mole meat, much less a choice kind of dodo. I'm going to say it one more time. Give back what you stole or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. They'll keep me in the streets, safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity I require, the authorities needn't hear of your crime. Boo! Also, Toga is here. Because it's Thursday. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of ye. I swear on my mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I'd saved. I only wanted to treat me children to a decent meal. And who the hell are you when you're at home? This dog's master. I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot teach them a lesson. This is gonna be fun. The music choice! What are you doing? You are a goofball. That was too easy. I only needed a single hit for both of the backup guys. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. Once for each of those men what you smacked. I'd swear there were more there were more refugees than when I last looked. And you wouldn't be mistaken. But it's been 5 years since the calamity. Why are they only coming here now? It's simple, really. While a number of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of the calamity, many were no longer able to support their communities. The residents found their lands had either been rendered barren or cut off from trade routes, and problems like those aren't easily solved. Though they tried to make the best of it, it was only a matter of time before they were forced to abandon their homes and seek a new life in the city. I see. But the calamity affected the whole realm, didn't it? Is the same thing happening in the other cities? If the talk is true, yes. Though perhaps our situation is more pronounced. Ul'dah has a reputation for being prosperous, so it's natural that the refugees would try their luck here first. My heart goes out to them, it truly does, but I would be lying if I said that I wasn't apprehensive. I hope their presence doesn't foment lawlessness in the city. Well, if things do take a turn for the worse, we always have the immortal flames. I dare say the brass blades would welcome their help. The heroes who fought the Guardian Empire patrolling the street for riffraff. It may well come to that. Impoverished and desperate as they are, you may be sure that some of the refugees will turn to crime. You know what this place is like. If you've no coin, you're no hope. But you've no hope. What will become of our city? Not all refugees are bad, mind you. Some are able to find employment and lead honest lives. Dodo tenderloins, got your dodo tenderloins, guaranteed cheapest in Thailand. Thank you for your custom, madame. Please come again. And in this corner... Looking around, you'd think that Ul'dah was well on its way to recovery. Peer through the veil of prosperity and you'll see no end to the misery and suffering. Madame, are you alright? What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? I've forgotten the voice I used for him already. What? Sorry by that meat, you say? That's absurd! Ah, yes, did I? Leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? I will overlook this, but just this once. God bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come when you did, who knows what might have, what that monster might have done. It don't bear thinking about. Ever the selfless hero, I see. Yashola! It has been a while, adventurer. I have been watching you closely ever since you flew out of Limsa. You discharged your duty as the Admiral's envoy with admirable humility, and you have displayed unfaltering courage in the face of danger ever since. Whensoever you came upon those in need, you gave them succor with no thought of personal gain. In summary, you have demonstrated all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. For reasons I cannot well explain, your every deed, it seems invariably to serve the general good, whether you mean it to or not. It is a happy knack, and one which speaks volumes of your character. Yet, for all your admirable qualities, it is your gift which intrigues me most. I speak of the visions you experience. Visions like the one you had mere moments ago, if I'm not mistaken. I can provide you with a means to understand them. An acquaintance of mine is blessed with the self-same talent, you see. If you so desire, I can introduce you to her. She and I fight for a common cause, a cause which would greatly benefit for your support. If you would agree to lend us your strength, we should be glad to do all within our power to aid you in your personal endeavors. Think on my offer a while. Should you decide to accept it, praise be with Momoti. The proprietress of the quicksand is a close friend and ally of ours. Inform her that you have been chosen by the Scions of the 7th Dawn, and she will tell you where to find us. Scenes like that are becoming ever more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry though, if you work hard, you'll probably be alright. Saying that, if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tale of a gentleman's woes with the woman folk from time to time. Ah, Rena. Sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to a fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well. Tell you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with the giants in the dark. You're every only adventurer Mion said you'd be, Rena. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing her description, I knew who she meant right away. Edda! Thank you for sparing the time. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Aver, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded had a fiend not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I've thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I'm inspired just as Affair once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I will go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first, to ask you your name. Raina Gardner. I shan't forget. Thank you, Raina Gardner. I pray that we will meet again. Fare you well. Adventuring can be a cruel bleeding business. Time was I didn't know why anyone would wanna. When they first asked me to take the charge of the guild here, I didn't want that to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a right pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post. And I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be part of your lives. And it goes doubly for yours, Raina. Eh? What'd you say? You want to know about the Scions of the Seventh Dawn? They're beginning to move in earnest then. Listen, Raina, the Scions ain't no ordinary folk. And the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Ah! Oh! Excuse me. Whew. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear, if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers will go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't be able to choose on account of being all done. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these Scions of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who've made it their mission to solve some of Eorzea's most pressing problems. Of course, they ain't no small task, and so they're looking for dependable individuals to join them. Individuals like you, Raina. Now, I've been given leave to tell you where to find the Scions, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. The Scions are headquartered in Vesper Bay out in western Fanlan. The place you're looking for is called the Wakened Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. You're a woman in demand, Raina, and the days ahead promise to be busy, but I hope you won't forget about how them has helped to make you into the adventurer you are. Drop in and tell them how you're faring from time to time, you hear? Right, well, I've said my piece. Off you go. Alright. To the Waking Sands. Closest place is Horizon. So, this bit right here, the Chocobo Porter, is just a way for you to watch the scenery go by without having to actually do any, inputs yourself. Unless you start getting attacked. Then you'll get knocked off the chocobo. This game is so pretty. Oop. A little bit of wonk there. Oh, I didn't remember that in AR they... Oh wait, shoot. I forgot Vesper Bay was a point I could chocobo porter to. Whatever, I've got my own mount. It's a golden horse. I've got a lot of mounts. This is just the one that I randomed into. That reminds me of for those of you who play and are just enjoying watching someone go through the early story again, at the time of streaming this, and at the time that this gets uploaded to YouTube as a VOD, the event for this mount and a lot of others, or rather 2 others, and a lot of armor sets and weapons, the Garo collaboration is currently underway again, which is awesome because I love Garo. It's super flawed, but it's really good.
Become Doggo.
Deep in the desert of my heart, a lonely flower blooms, yearning for the heavens above, to quench my thirst for you. Tro-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo-lo, ha 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 ha. Wah! I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to. Here at the behest of Ystrola. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Raina Gardner, Raina Gardner. Ah, here you are. Ahem. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands, headquarters of the Scions of the 7th Dawn. My name is Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. And boy does she ever. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. Boy, this was a short quest. It's already at the green completion mark. Ah, this is so nostalgic. What? Ehrenwald was here from the start? I had a dream unlike any other. I was myself, but then I became something more. When I spoke with others, they directed me here. Did you have one too? Oh, that poor boy is going to go through hell. I genuinely didn't know that Aaron Vault was here before your character. I take it you are Raina Gardner. Tataru sent you word that you had arrived. Lady Minfilia has eagerly awaited your coming. This way, if you please.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much.
My family.
Well met, friend. My name is Minfilia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Oh, this early voice acting.
I have awaited your coming. Please, be at ease. You are among friends here. No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time. First, let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent. This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you. It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals.
It's weird to see all these proper terms being used without capitalization. Ah.
So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace. Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea. But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
And back to no voice acting. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We are fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they will gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied you. The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? Yeah, I've got a couple myself. They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. The papers you requested, my lady. Thank you, Tataru. The pleasure is mine, my lady. By way of a welcoming gift, I've taken the liberty of adding your name to the Retainers Registry. As of now, you are entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer vocate? I always forget. Regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. Mostly they're just good for selling crap you don't want anymore. Let this gesture serve as evidence of our commitment to do all in our power to facilitate your personal objectives. In return, we ask that you aid us to the fullest extent of your talents. A mutually beneficial relationship, I am sure you'll agree, and one which serves the greater good besides. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what is expected of them. Now you know our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. In good faith, I shall entrust you with our order's password, which our members use to reach one another when afield. It is Wild Rose. Pray keep it safe. Our organization, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, was formed through the union of two separate entities. The first was comprised of the Charlayan natives, such as myself. Not selfed. It was called the Circle of Knowing. The second, made up of individuals that share your rare gift, was known as the Path of the 12. The terrible events that ushered in the Seventh Umbral Era taught us that only together may we stand against the evil that seeks to consume us. So those were two groups in 1.0, back before they shut that down to make A Realm Reborn. And from what I've heard, they initially weren't even on good standing with each other, despite some members having relations that are akin to an adopted family. Like, to the point that the leader of the Circle of Knowing wanted to take Nymphilia out of the picture for a bit. Summoning a primal is no small feat. It requires a tremendous concentration of ether, which is why the Beastie tribes go to such lengths to obtain crystals. Once they manifest in physical form, their unquenchable thirst for ether only grows stronger. They would drink our land dry with nary a thought to the consequences. Considering their fearsome strength, it could be well within their ability to do so. It is for this reason we must do our utmost to oppose them. Seven waning moons see seven suns rise. Divine order royals, fallen corpses writhe. Thus the divine chronicles seek to warn us once more. The meaning of these words now shines clear. They evoke the dire circumstances of this imperiled age. A realm doth shudder and twist, and the dawn lieth cowering neath the stifling blanket of night. And we abide. We await the coming of the unborn era's seed, the light which surely pierce the glowering darkness. While there are others who possess the echo, none are near as strong as you with the power, hence our extremely high expectations of you. This place is called the Waking Sands, and it's our headquarters. It used to be somewhere else, you know, but then a bunch of things happened, and we ended up here instead. We Scions have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. Excuse me. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answer, Reina. Yours is no small endeavor. Small? No. Worthy, undeniably. We labor for the good of all the realm. Dangers are great. They are. Yet the risks we take are justified, given that which is at stake. Fine, I will go whither the wild rose blooms. Really pounding in the wild rose. Which is funny, because that was a term associated with the... what was it? FF2 protagonist? I think? I don't know for certain.
I take it you will help us. Wonderful! I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells? It used to be one of Eorzea's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eorzea. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons.
I believe the Archons are more than just people who fit that description. Because it's still treated as a rank of honor in Charlan. Or at least it seems to be. I could be misinterpreting some stuff from later on.
Those same brave souls stand before you now. The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there.
Welcome.
Okay, my turn to introduce someone. That there is Thancred.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
All these early voice actors.
Greetings.
Y'shtola is fine.
I have been expecting you.
It's not even that far off from her subsequent voice actress.
Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. But we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Oh god, her original voice actor. Ah! Oh, she sounds like a baby.
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family. But without further ado, I would assign you your first task. Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
We have received a request for aid from the Immortal Flames. Thancred, would you do the honors?
It would be my pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern was waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day. However, this time we have reason to believe that a primal is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emolja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit. If we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
That you may better understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation. You have my thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
Ready to begin, are we? That's the spirit. So then, your mission is to investigate a crystal robbery and a spate of abductions. Crimes which we believe are to be connected. Assuming we are correct, it is like that any discoveries we make in relation to one will further our understanding of the other. Now, since the attack on their caravan, our friends at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern have doubled security over all their shipments. In light of this, it is my judgment that the abductions should be our priority. According to our preliminary findings, the majority of the missing were last seen in the vicinity of Camp Drybone, so that would seem a fine place to begin. A fellow by the name of Isambard serves as the camp's de facto leader. Pay him a visit and see that he gives us his full cooperation. Probably wrong. I believe I can take the chocobo from here. Nope. Wow, getting a lot of gold mounts today. Tay! Receiving pets. Ah! Hello. It's going alright. How's it going with you? I'm mostly just replaying early game story to show it off. Not actually doing any major grinding. I mean, I am getting a little tiny bit of experience whenever I get to actual fighting, but it's barely anything at my current level. This game is so pretty. Jump. Oh hey, the damage I took was 3 years ago. Excuse me. I am missing bird. Here to search for the missing folk, I take it. When Fairly sent word that an adventure fitting your description would be along. She also warned us to be wary of the Amalja. It seems we know who the culprits are, at the very least. Now I bear no official title of this camp, but the people here have come to look to me for leadership. You have my word that I'll do all I can to see, or to help see the victims safely returned. Let us get right to it then. Minfilia names the Amalja culprits in all this. You would do well to investigate them first. Much harm has been levied on these lands by Amalja hands. The flames burn where they might, but their light cannot stay in the darkness in all places at all times. There have been brutal murders of callers at the church of Saint Adama Landama. Innocents wishing no more than to pay their respects to the dead. The poor souls deserve a proper burial. I would like to see to the deed before mongrels catch their scent, but I know not if the Amalja is still linger. Would you secure their remains for me, friend? You'll find them on the eastern road. God willing, you may even come to learn something of what the Amalja seek in this area. I don't know what accent I'm doing. Screamus. Merry Christmas. Oh. Here I was going to the church that was named and not to the destination. Oh. Oh, it's an overturned wagon. Where's the real fight? You said there'd be a fight, Eggman. I do like that instead of showing corpses, it rather tastefully shows a flower. Inventory. Key items. Ripe corpse. Spore soul appears souvenir ravaged by an Amalja before sitting to rot for several turns of the sun. Just say several days. God, the flowery writing in some of the early parts. It is good to see you returned. Were you able to secure the remains of our fallen? With the bodies given back proper to the earth, the souls will find their way across to the other side. You have done a noble deed today. I thank you.
I just realized what you're doing. It's a Swedish chef without any accent.
Oh my god, it kind of is! You mean with actual words instead of nonsense?
Exactly.
Noden, what of the Amalja? Did you see any? Surely such massive monstrosities as they cannot conceal their presence, much less take their quarry. Ping your pung your bool. He's a birdie, hurry, derby. So there were Amalja remaining after all. I feared as much. Their part in the lowborn disappearing is all but confirmed. But I sense there is more to this than meets the eye. Do. The occasional Amalja raid and party would not account for people going missing in these kinds of numbers. The total is too great, and the questions too many. It would not surprise me in the least to learn of another hand in this. But who is? Countless travelers pass through Dragone every day, and even if there were one among them, how would we best discover who may be implicit in these vanishings? What say we turn an eye to the common folks themselves? It may be among them that we can find the reasoning for these vanishings. 12 forbid it be so. There's a merchant by the name of Angus who was born here in Drybone and grew up in the Golden Bazaar. A rough character, but he knows the people here better than anyone else. I'd wager he's at the inn, quaffing away the day's earnings. Here, I'll write a note for you to show him, else he's not like to speak to you. I've got a bad feeling about this. Damn it. Bar is over next door. Ish. There's the entrance. Ah. Son of a bitch. Belch. Well, gods be damned. You're that bloody avenger who threatened me back in Ulda. What in the seven hells do you want with me now? A few words scrawled in Nico G by Isambert of Drybone. Isambert. Dear friend, Belch. Missing people. Please help. Hiccup. Yours, Isambard. Folks around here are as wary as they come. They'll turn tail and run if you so much as past wind nearby. Play the ball for fools and coach some hard labor out of them, I did. If anything, they're more than before. Well, appearances. You can go talk to them yourselves if you don't believe me. Now stop being thrice. Please, miss, just leave me be. Excuse me. I've nothing to say but this. Valentine, who or whatever has been feeding off us low folk. Like your friend Popper. What do you want from me? I don't know anything, I swear. Please don't kill me. I'm seeing a lot of Alamegans around here. Just as I told you wasn't it? All a lot of them were terrified. Hiccup. There's been talk of folk getting abducted, but if you ask me, they simply moved to a better place. This ain't exactly coincidental solid, you know what I'm saying. I've watched a Let's Play of 7, so I do. Excuse me. Welcome back, Raina. Have you learned aught of import? I see. I should have expected as much from Mungust. Well, another thought occurred to me in your absence. Common folk are nothing if not fervent in their religious beliefs. Perhaps they speak freely to their gods, and the clergy may know some of the use. I am all over the place with these people's voices. If we would know what the common folk speak of to their gods, we have no better place to ask than the church of Saint Adama Landama. It is a small and humble church found in the northwest of here. And so long as you are headed there, might I ask how you deliver this embalmed corpse? A more request I grant you, but it must be borne to burial. I trust none more than you to see it done.
Just shove it in your pocket.
Yeah?
It's
Excuse
not
me.
like you're not gonna
Seek out a man named Marquise. He tends to the graveyards of the Lich Yard, or the graves of the Lich Yard. He will tell you where the body is to be interred. Marcus, maybe? But spelled really weird. It's spelled similar to Marquis. But I don't know, it's probably Marcus. Now that I stop and think about it for a second. I forgot! He has the goggles! I forgot he blatantly had the goggles. It's...
Nobody knows.
But they can see goggles.
Nobody knows.
He's wearing a pair of goggles quite blatantly beneath his hood, is all I'm saying.
Nobody knows.
I am Marcus, yes. A body? Of course. There have been so many bodies of late.
All the bodies, I keep seeing them, but I've never seen that many people die before.
I apologize, miss. If you seek a place of burial, then there is an empty grave atop the ridge. Take the path and lay him to rest there. What path? Ah, that path.
Ah, the path, the corpse's path, the path for the corpses, corpse's path, here for, specifically for the corpses. That path.
This may not be the path.
Why would you even have that path?
The boy is too willing to laugh at his own jokes.
If I don't laugh, though, no one else will.
I'm laughing on the inside. Is there a path behind the church? It's been so long since I've been here. I could just fly, but I don't want to. If I'm to be perfectly blunt. Oh, come on. Here it is. I really should have looked right next to Marcus. Embalm the corpse. A dead body ready for interment. Bury what is very clearly a naked hearer. Probably an Almegan. Looked to be Midlander, judging by stature. May they all walk in Thal's realm. What? Missing people? I'm afraid I cannot help you. But maybe Sister Orson can. She has been kind to me. Everyone has been so kind. I don't know why, though. Pardon me. You'll find Sister Orkin within the church walls. I hear you have done us the service of bearing a fallen soul. Please accept our gratitude and extend it to Isambard when next you see him. You seek the knowledge of missing drybone inhabitants. It is true I am closer to the people than any other of the order. I confide in them, and they in me. When they wish to speak to their keeper Thal, I am the medium through which they do. Should I learn of anything pertinent, I will be sure to share the information with you. I only wish Marcus would be more helpful in the matter. I pray he did nothing to offend. He saw terrible things during the calamity. His scars run deep. Indeed, he seems to now prefer the company of the dead over the living. While tragic, I fear such behavior ill befits the church. I received word not long ago that one of our recent visitors, a man called Thancred, I believe, took offense at his conduct. I must have words with Marcus, and soon. You know, I never took Thancred for the religious type, especially with having hailed from Limsa, where people are more inclined to less less lawful behavior, let's say. Granted, there are a lot of them that worship the Navigator. I won't deny that. Thank you, Raina. A burial is no easy thing, even when the departed is a stranger. Were you able to learn aught of the missing common folk? You've been keeping yourself rather busy of late, haven't you, Raina? Jittering Thancred! A pleasure, my dear Isambard. My name is Thancred, and I share a passion with you and our mutual friend here for learning what has become of these missing persons and why. I too spoke with Ungust, more times than I care to count. A whole twice. There seems to be some truth to it, this notion of the common folk speaking their secrets only to those in the service to the gods. Prostration, prayers, penance, abject deeds done behind closed doors, away from prying eyes. Who better to take heed the pious unawares than she who takes confessions? The good sister, Orson herself. Orson? She wouldn't. She couldn't. Even the most beautiful roses have thorns, my friend. And you would be wise to keep an eye on this rose. Still, the leech keeper Marcus. I'd swear to the 12 I've seen that face elsewhere before. Just leave it at that.
Oh well.
Sister Orson, it cannot be. Though she is wont to travel to the Golden Bazaar on her own, it is not uncommon to see her speaking to the children, but... No, it could not be she... Could it? I grow weary at these suspicions. I know there is one child in particular that she is fond of. Ew. Pray seek out the boy, Raina, and see if you cannot glean something from him about Orson's activities. Now, give me a mount I want. Neom. Pop.
Captain Sparkles out of one.
Heck you. Please help. Sister Orson went out all on her own and hasn't come back. She always reads to me right here about Thal and the Order and the other side. I told her I lost my shiny thing and she went looking for it. But what if the monsters outside heard her? Please find her. My shiny thing! You are the one from the church. Thank goodness you arrived when you did. It seems my gratitude is yours yet again. You spoke with the child. Yes, well, I was able to find his lost trinket. It is a ring given him by his mother before she passed. I will see it safely back to him. This kid too stupid to know what a ring is. I shouldn't be surprised by an urchin not being super well read, but come on. And crash. Sister Orson was attacked outside the Golden Bazaar. Gods forfend. I will secure a room at the inn for her, should she require any rest. Searching for mementos of orphans, risking her own well-being and so doing no less. Certainly not the dastardly deeds that Tancred would have us believe. I am well glad I reserved that inn room for Sister Orson. It seems she received greater injuries from her attackers than she initially let on. Thankfully, she is expected to make a full recovery. Boy howdy. But now, on to the matter at hand, eh? Tancred came looking for you once more. He left word that he will be waiting at the Amalja encampment to the southeast. I pray the two of you are able to uncover some evidence regarding these disappearances. Don't ya know? Turtle! Tomp, 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 tomp. Ah, there you are, Reyna. So good of you to come. Indeed, I've heard all about you, good Sister Orson. Isambirdi said her wounds were serious. It would seem my suspicions about the poor Rose were misplaced. But false though they were, perhaps my suspicions were not entirely without merit. Whilst following Sister Orson near the Golden Bazaar, a band of Amalja caught my eye. I tracked them as far as this encampment, but, well, let us say that I would much prefer keeping my distance and remaining here. This, of course, brings me to why I requested you, dear Reyna. Would you be so kind as to take a look inside? Oh, fine. Since you're such a piss baby. Yeah, fuck you too. Just wanted to kill some Amalja for the fun of it. What's my leaflet doing here? Ooh, Ginga! Well, did you find anything that... did anything tickle your fancy? A strange slip of parchment found at the Amalja encampment in eastern Thanon. This leaflet. See the wealth of knowledge to the hands of your children. It looks to be some sort of assembly to provide the poor with work. The lettering, though, atrocious, is it not? And these bits about Nalthal seem somewhat less than studied. I find it hard to believe one among the Order penned this. Pray take this to the end inn at Camp Drybone. Let's see what Sister Orson makes of it. Oop. Weird little hiccup there. Ooh, excuse me. Not here. Ah. My savior comes again. To what do I owe the honor this day? Same description as before. What is this? Blasphemous. These are not our teachings at all. This was not made by any true brother or sister of the Order. Of that I can assure you. Come to think of it, weeks ago the church was plagued by missing garments. Could someone be posing as a priest of the Order to deceive the people? The plot thickens. The plot thickens, Raina. Our culprit pretends to be a priest to lend credence to its deception. There's no doubt an irony in there somewhere. But I suspect we have a worthy adversary on our hands. I shall consider how best to handle this. For now, tell Isambard what we have learned here. Posing as a priest, to think. These troubling notions aside, it is gratifying to finally be able to move this investigation forward. Thank you once again, Raina. I shall keep my ears and eyes open, now more than ever.
Why are you sent our card gauge?
I didn't think you knew who Senor Card Gauge was.
Boy just told me.
Senor Card Gauge Mortgage. I'm afraid I have not seen any unusual activity, nor have any at this camp given me cause to doubt them. But unless we can identify the culprit, and soon more innocents will fall victim. Do not despair just yet, my friend. An idea occurs to me. We get everyone naked! Our suspect, has been posing as a priest, using leaflets bearing false promises to lure the poor. Let Reyna and me serve like ye with like, by posing as impoverished souls in need of succor. I dare to hope that this will yield us the answers we seek. It will be dangerous undertakings, but you two are more than capable of looking after yourselves. I'm next to useless in battles, but I can supply the garments for the disguise. These old tunics and slops should serve your needs, so long as you don't mind the smell and the stains. These will serve very well. You have my thanks. Listen, Reyna. So as to lay the foundation of our little ploy, we must make it widely known that more vagrants have arrived at camp and are desperate for coin. To this end, I want you to don the old garments Isambard has lent us and beg for work around the camp. Before long, the false priest should catch wind and approach us. Oh, they actually gave me the garbage outfits. Or outfit pieces?
Yeah, the ones you can't get rid of.
He's lying, you absolutely can get rid of them.
They're bound to you forever.
Yes, I totally look like someone who has never worked a day in her life. And he is starving because of all of the having to sleep in the dirt and also the poop. Don't look at my shoes or my painted nails or my wedding ring. Or the fancy ribbon I have in my hair. Or the nice glasses.
Effects from your previous life.
Or the earring that looks kind of like the mother crystal. And you are... another refugee by the looks of you. The immortal flames have neither work nor coin for your like. Be gone and see to it you don't make a nuisance of yourself. And I was about to get to the good part. Looking for work, you say? Sorry, but we don't have any openings. Now get out of here so I can finish my story. Anyways, that was the third time I died. I preach the teachings of Azema, the Warden. Hast thou come to partake in the honey of her wisdom? Oh, fun. I'm actually also a follower of Azema. Azema is the keeper of the sun and the goddess of inquiry. All is laid bare beneath the light of her divine countenance. Open thy heart to this light, needy child, and thou shalt want for naught till the end of days. Greetings, good maiden. Is there aught I might assist you with? Oh, I don't believe there is. I'm afraid our wares are very expensive. Mayhap you really should rejoin your fellows out at the pond north of Sandgate. Wow, fuck you. Now where? Probably up there, on top of a building, as opposed to inside. Yep, on top of a building. What is it? God's not again. Look, being poor doesn't give you the right to pester whomsoever you like. Why don't you keep with your own kin out by the muddy pond of yours at Drybone? But I have nice shoes. I don't want them to turn dirty from the muddy pond. You have quite a knack for being a nuisance, Rena. The camp is abuzz with talk of newly arrived vagrants. And though we were unable to attract our wayward transgressor, we were able to learn that the poor have a commune by the pond north of Sandgate, to the east of here. Excuse me. The eyes of the authorities do not reach that place. Rather ideal for spiriting away hapless souls. Let's go there and wait for the kindly priest to come and offer us aid and comfort. Needless to say, you'll need to remain in disguise. Fuck you! I'm gonna ride my golden living metal horse to the pond.
Chuck that animal abuse, that sucker's gonna melt or rust.
The living metal is made out of demon corpse. It's fine. Garo has some weird fucking lore sometimes. And also some really problematic lore at times too. But again, the stories are good enough in my opinion that I am willing to overlook some real unpleasant stuff. A fine evening for catching false priests, wouldn't you say? You look absolutely smashing, Reyna. Positively dressed for deception. All that's left then is to wait for our quarry to appear. Oh, you poor unfortunate souls. This is no way for men to live. No way at all. Who are you? What do you want? Be at ease, child, for I mean you no harm. I am a priest of the Order of Nalthal, and I come to offer you succor. This leaflet bears the teachings of Nald. Trust to them, and they will surely set you free from the shackles of penury. Penury? I'm not familiar with it. What?
Peony?
No, Penury. It's a term I'm not familiar with, personally.
I also am not familiar.
A tempting offer, but I'm afraid I must decline. On account of that atrocious performance, you would have made a God's awful mummer, Ungust. What? How did you bastards tricked me? Please don't hurt me. I was only doing it to protect my people. Is that so? Do continue. Very well. I am a man of the Golden Bazaar, raised there if not born. Some moons ago the Amalja raids began. They would appear sudden as a sandstorm and plunder and pillage at will. Our defenders couldn't stand against them, few as they were. Everyone lived in fear. I wanted to save my people, but being a merchant was all I knew. And so I did the only thing a merchant could. I approached the Amalja in hopes of brokering a deal. In return for sparing the Golden Bazaar, they made demands. Outrageous ones. Demands? Of what kind, pray tell? First of all, they wanted to schedule for crystal shipments from the Nanawa mines. For this, I bribed one of the workers to leak me the information. Next, they wanted me to bring them people. So I posed as a priest to lure in the vulnerable and give them over to the Amalja. I didn't have a choice. Protecting one's home is a noble thing, but at the cost of innocence. You could have sought the aid of the immortal flames, yet you did not. I suspect you are not telling me the full story. What made you sell out to your own people? Speak. The was good. What'd you say? The sex was good!
No!
The coin was good, I said. I could sell mole meat for a score of lifetimes and not see even a fraction of what the Amalja pay me. You sacrificed innocence so that you could line your own pockets.
No, I did it so I could eat more meat for free!
Words fail to express the contempt I feel for you. Spare me with your contempt. If you want to blame someone for the mess the world's in, then blame yourselves or the gods. Ah! Not you again! Were you the one leaking the Immortal Flames patrol routes to the enemy as well? Spit it out. No, I know nothing about that, I swear. At this stage, I'm rather disinclined to believe all that leaves your mouth. But no matter, there'll be time enough to learn the truth. Reina, be a dear, and take word of these elves to Minfilia, would you? I shall prize everything I can out of this filth. The abductees are still somewhere out there. Our foremost priority is to rescue them. Pray return to the waking sands. Pray return to the waking sands. Pray return to the waking sands. Ah! Wow, there is no music. What the crap? Also get my fucking costume back to how it should be. I like this glamour a lot. I only just put it together earlier today, but it is really good and I am really happy with it. Shut up about not being able to fly any higher. I hate that notification. I wish I knew how to turn it off. if I reach the top of where I can fly, I'll be hit with hexagonal, invisible, magic barrier bullshit. I don't need a bounce, bounce, bounce every frickin' minute or two when I'm flying too high. This is not where I meant to go. I must go much further north. So much further north. Like, unspeakably further north, you guys.
I have no idea how north I gotta go. How many levels of north are you at, my girl?
Like 3 or 4, my dude.
Huh, you are like a little fan. I'm gonna just show you how north it is to go. Hey! So,
What?
that's the origin of the beam! How many levels of beam are you on, my two? Like 5 or 6.
Welcome back, Reina. I am pleased that you and Thancred have been getting along. I see you have done well to uncover the truth. My thanks for the report. As Thancred said, we must ascertain where the abducted were taken. And none but the Amalja know the answer. Suffice it to say, they will not willingly part with this information. I fear blood will be spilled before all is said and done. Alright, before we continue on with the next quest, 15-minute break, because it's been almost 2 hours at this point. All y'all go grab a snack or drink if you need them. Take your bio break if you gotta. Make sure you stretch, and I will see you all back in roughly 15, maybe a little sooner, maybe a little later. We'll see. Lecture, we're back. Uh, okay. Though we seek a peaceful solution to the primal problem, we must needs be ready to fight for our cause. You might take to the field suitably prepared. I would have you meet with a goblin acquaintance of mine. His name is Mutamix Bobblypots, and he is a scholar of no small repute.
You have a Mutamix Bobblypots.
Hello, Vim. Thank you for the welcome back. Mutamix is renowned for having introduced a revolutionary method of enhancing equipment to Eorzea. The knowledge of this method was once a closely guarded secret, but thanks to Mutamix and his students, it has now been disseminated to the great benefit of all the realm. It would serve you well to acquire an understanding of the process. For this purpose, I shall lend you a blade. Take it to Mutamix and bid him use it to demonstrate his craft to you. Mutamix is ever to be found at his camp in central Thailand. Aw, I am sorry that the dogs were bad boys in Dark Souls. Aw, sad faces. A place known as the bonfire. Look for a pillar of smoke, and the way will become clear. Kinda wish they didn't do introducing elements like this through bits of story, but it... whatever. Can't be helped, they did this like 8 years ago. At least they published like 8 or 9 years ago for A Realm Reborn. Right. All right. Well, we're going. Where should? Nope. Oh, goody! I can update my. I have updated my Triple Triad deck to use one better card. Actually. You okay? This is not what I meant to do.
Such philately. This was not my intention.
The stamp thing?
I don't know. No, Lepidopterist.
Card games, brain too small to strategies. I feel that. There's where I want to go. Look on the bright side. At least the card games in Final Fantasy XIV are not played upon motored bicycles. God, that'd be even better. Card games on Magitech.
Just flying on an airship. They did it in the anime.
Can't say I'm surprised. Oh, right, the blimp.
Yeah.
God, that was a stupid arc. Okay, Uplander, you come to tentering of Mutamake's property pots. Minfilia's dagger. This plain dagger has absolutely no defining characteristics except that it does smell quite nice. Card games on motorcycles, indeed. The whole fusion process being split into very convoluted means of summoning. I dropped Yu-Gi-Oh! Partway through GX. It was getting too silly for me, and I was growing a bit too old for the target demo. Fighty Tool drinks in airy self. You're a Rogadin. Don't talk like you're a gobby. When Fall of Airy Self, Fighty Tool changes to Stony Shine, name of Materia. You're a Mikote. Don't you fucking dare.
They're quoting Mutamix.
If Materia join with other Fighty Tool, ambiguous Fighty Tool. Biggiest. Oh, Big Eyes. Then Big Eyes. Fighty Tool gains power of airy self. Mutamix is reckoning that Uplander is friend of Minfilia. Yes. Tongue flaps reach ears of Mutamix with fastness. Minfilia wants Uplander to see power of materia. Uplander brings Fighty Tool to Mutamix, yes? Fighty Tool is unstrong as Eating Tool. Make good TV show of the power of materia. I love Goblin Speak. It's kind of based on a similar concept to like German, where I believe it's German. It might be Germanic languages. I could be mixing the two up, but yeah, Gabi Speak makes new terms by combining two terms that together make what is commonly agreed by the native speakers to be a good descriptor of the thing being named. Fighty Tool for utensil, TT show for demonstration. They get a little less. They get, as the game goes on, the terms use less Y's in the names and less hyphens. So, Fighty Tool would be Fight Tool, and Teachy Show would be Teach Show. They still do slip into that from time to time, but yeah, I love the unique mannerisms that come from the Goblin's native language. The Materia Master. Now, Eyes of Uplander, point at Fighty Tool, yes? Materia, join with Fighty Tool. Fighty Tool gains power of Materia. Fighty Tool reborn. Here, Uplander, take Fighty Tool to Minfilia. Materia, strictly speaking, is a kind of crystal. It is created by drawing out the etheric constituents from a piece of equipment and then crystallizing them. Not just any old tool will serve, mind you. You must have sufficient spirit bond, that being a measure of how fully an item has been imbued with its owner's spirit. When you attach a piece of materia to the gear, you imbue the host item with its power. That's how Master Mutamix turned that dagger of yours from something as he would have struggled to cut stake into a weapon worth wielding. Uplander wishes to be joiner of materia? Then Uplander best fill brain case with knowings of crafty making. With knowings of crafty making, Uplander can become joiner of materia. If Uplander wants brain case to rattle with knowings of materia, Uplander best trade tongue flaps with learny ones of Mutamix. This is 5 years after that. You can't replay 1.0, which ended with Dalamud falling to Eorzea. I love the music in this game. Okay, I don't need to talk with them. Final high. I just took off! Some of the skybox limits in ARR Realms. Yeah, I am replaying A Realm Reborn. I just finished 6.0 last night. It's really good. Like, holy crap. Yeah, I thought New Game Plus would be a fun way to go through the story again. See how they've changed some bits in the years since I first started playing. Especially since they just released with 6.1 some updates to 2.0 content, including drastically reworking some things from the end of 2.0. Yeah, 2 and 3.0 are really good. They're really flawed, especially compared to 6.0, but, you know, the 3.0, the main Heavensward story is really good. Oh no! Receiving pets, my one weakness. Moo. Alright. There we go. Welcome back, Raina. I trust your visit to the bonfire proved fruitful. Materia enhanced dagger. The once ordinary dagger, now made special with the wonders of materia. Crack-a-thoom, ba-boom. Ah, what a remarkable difference a single piece of materia can make. Granted, the skills needed to manipulate the substance are not easily acquired, but one need only look upon the results to realize such efforts are worthwhile. As I am sure you are aware, the quality of one's equipment can be the difference between victory and defeat. Materia may well give you the edge you need, Reina, so make it your ally. Now it is time we discuss the matter of your next mission. Pray speak with me when you are ready to begin. Behold the powers of a glowy rock. Word has arrived from Thancred concerning our ongoing investigation. It appears he was able to extract some information from our friend Ungust, the false priest. He revealed that he is due to meet with the Amalja to discuss their dealings. The Immortal Flames believe that the meeting will present an ideal opportunity to ambush and capture the Amalja responsible for the abductions, and so they mean to have Ungust attend as planned. As the Amalja are anticipated to offer fierce resistance, the Immortal Flames have requested our support. I would have you provide it to them, Reina. Thancred is presently attending to another matter, but will join you as soon as he is able. Until such time as he does, you will be the Scion's sole representative on the ground. Before he left, he bade me tell you to save some for him. Such is his confidence in you, the confidence I share. When you have made ready, pray take yourself to Camp Drybone and report to the Flame Sergeant leading the mission. May you walk in the light of the crystal. Yes, walk in the light of Stone Mom. Yeah, the Angie one is savage. This one is just tired. I forget what religion the actual Ifrit originates from. Aha, my neck. Yes, SMT is fantastic. There are obviously some flaws to it, but that's true of pretty much anything. Posture check. Thank you. Not in here. Alright. Oh, right, because Flame Sergeant will be in the barracks. Derp 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 derp. Derp 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 derp. Ah, you're Reneganer of the Scions. My thanks for coming, friend. We're stronger for your assistance. Allow me to brief you on our mission. Our objective is to capture Amalja and praise from them the whereabouts of our abductees. The lizard men aren't aware of that their manungest has been exposed. When they come to the rendezvous point to meet the traitor, we'll spring the trap. Owing to the clandestine nature of the mission, we can only deploy a small contingent. Every member must count, and so we request the aid of the Scions. The rendezvous will take place at the Invisible City. Please make your way there and lie in wait. We stand to learn much more of the Amalja plot if the mission succeeds, Reyna. Let's make sure it does. Too close. Too close. Too close to horse butt. Yeah, I don't care about you. I'm here for this. Cut the fate music. God, I wish mine did. Is the bait in place? Our man is in position, sir. Good work. We make our move as soon as the Amalja appear. Yes, sir. What is the meaning of this? Wait, something's amiss. I'm afraid your little ambush ends here. I eluded the immortal flame's clutches for moons before finally being caught. Did you not wonder how I managed it? It's almost as if someone was feeding him information from the inside. Your every movement was known to me ahead of time. Now, as much as I love to chat a while, I have appointments to keep. They're all yours. Dum-de-dum-dum, just doing some cleanup. Don't mind me. Dum-dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-dum-dum. Actually. Yep. Level scaling's a bitch. What? Don't you dare go ooh, trying to placate the Amalcha. I may only have my basic boot shine combo, meditation, and the twin snakes, but I can still kick their ass. Well, it's a good thing I'm not playing Black Mage now, ain't it? Put up your weapon, or your comrades are dead men. I'm fighting bare fist. Behind you! Bring her. The rest of you, march. Traitorous scum. I mean, to be fair, I play every war and magic class. Like, I get not being able to do too much as a conjurer who hasn't even gotten high enough level to count as a black mage. Or conjurer... whatever. I fear the Amalja mean to give us to their god as an offering. If I must die, then let me die a soldier's death with steel in hand. Enter with a party of NPCs. Oh, there's Scions now. Lord of the Inferno, hearken to our plea. Lord of the Inferno, deliver us from our misery. Almighty Ifrit, Lord of the Inferno, your humble servants beseech you, grace us with your divine presence. God, it's such a cool design. Like, even still, the 2.0 primal designs are so good. Almighty Freak, we bring before you ignorant savages who know not your godhead. Sorry, what? If it please you, Lord, scorch their heathen souls with your cleansing flame, and mark them as your own. Bloody hells! Bring those two as well. What's going on? This ain't what we agreed. None but servants of the Lord Ifrit may behold the rite of summoning. The souls of unbelievers are forfeit. No, spare me, I beg you. Pitiful children of man, by my breath I claim you. Arise once more as my loyal minions. Feed my flames with your faith, and all who stand against us shall burn. Almighty Freed, my one true God. Your words are my bread. Impossible. By what sorcery do you resist my master's will? I didn't know you were a robot. Good to know. Scribble that down in my notes.
Scribbling that down.
could it be? Robun! Your soul already belongs to another. Yes, that is the only explanation. Forsooth, thy frail mortal frame can serve as vessel to the blessings of but one. Yet I smell not the taint of another upon thee. The truth of thine allegiance waxeth clear. Thou art of the godless blessed's number. The paragons warned of thine abhorrent kind. Thine existence is not to be suffered.
They just make this an instance?
No, I'm doing it with the trust. What was that? It's meant to be your first boss fight. I think they did a pretty good job of establishing it as thus. Come to the Inferno! Ah! Bada boom! Ah! Make sure I figure that. Surrender thyself to the fires of judgment. Sell your soul to the master of Magnet. Just something about the way I was talking made me think of that shitty X-Men game. Here. Here. Let me get my positionals. I have never played a Drakengard game, so I cannot say that I am familiar with Angelus nor their speaking patterns. All I know is that the original Drakengard, its final ending leads into the Nier series. Huh. Alright. Another piece of rock candy. There's the blue one we got earlier, and now we got the red rock candy. Tay has such amazing emotes. Pray forgive my lateness. I was delayed by a congregation of Amalja's zealots. I swear he seemed more evangelical than the last. Persistent lot. Whew. I see the Bloodsworn wasted no time extracting the captives. No less than I'd expect from the Flame General's hand-picked men. As for those two, it is fair to say that their hardships have only just begun. They have much to answer for. I feel I owe you an apology, Reyna. Had I known this mission would prove so dangerous, I would never have left you to face it alone. You have been given a veritable baptism of fire. But let us continue this conversation in more agreeable surrounds. Camp Dry Bones, shall we say. This way, sir. What? Why? Why? Okay. So that was the mighty Ifrit. And what a disappointment he was. The readings are nowhere near what I had anticipated, even taking Ul'dan interference into account. You should know better than to rely upon 5-year-old data left by the 7th Legion. Nor can we expect any form of support from the motherland, given the troubles at court. We have only ourselves to rely upon. Ever the pessimist, my dear. My dear Livia, promise me you'll never change. We've wasted enough time here. That meter of yours is too old to give any reading worth a damn. Not that there was aught worth a damn for it to read, but I take your point. I suppose we must content ourselves with the knowledge that we've achieved our primary objective. Yet I find that I am troubled by that adventurer's unexpected show of strength. Could such a foe prove a hindrance to our plans? Perhaps, but that is a consideration for another time. You have been given a task. That is your priority. I suggest you treat it as such. Fail to do as my lord commands, and I will spare him the trouble of punishing you. With allies like that, beware a woman in love. I shall be on my best behavior. After all, I'm just here to get my boyfriend back. Ah, there you are, Rena. Come rest a while. You will have no better opportunity. After witnessing their god's ignominious defeat, the Imalja will be less inclined to risk our wrath. For a time at least. Now, where were we? Ah, yes, I was in the... It's only the normal version. Of course there's no coffers. I was in the process of apologizing. I do hope you can forgive me. I arrived too late to be of any use to you or the abductees. They may be of whole body, but the same cannot be said of their minds. For once a man is tempered... but it ill suits me to dwell on the negatives. Amidst our misfortunes, there is still reason to rejoice. Ifrit is slain, and by your hand, no less. That is the deed of no ordinary individual, Reyna. Not that I ever thought you were ordinary. On the contrary, I have long suspected you may have the potential to shape the fate of this realm. What can I say? My fine eyes have a talent for... my fine eye for talent remains undimmed. Ye boy, thank you. Minfilia will be proud beyond all reckoning when she hears of your deeds. I trust you shan't object to my bearing the tidings to her. That way I can claim to have contributed something to the mission. You, meanwhile, have earned yourself a rest. Take some time to relax and return to the Waking Sands when you are good and ready. We can discuss matters in more detail then. Just don't take too long, will you? The realm's problems won't solve themselves. Pray return to the Waking Sands. Ba-ba. I wonder if this car actually takes a form like this in 15. He's a rogue until he turns Gunbreaker. Alright, I'll turn on the MP3 player in the Regalia. Not personally a fond of this trick, but it does have a bit of charm, I will admit. Huh, neat. Yeah, Malcolm flight no higher. Cars with built-in MP3 players. That still weirds me out. Wait, what? An MP3 is the individual song file. What? Tataru! Tataru is a gooder. She helps a lot. Especially later on. My chair just made a concerning noise. Ah, the triumphant hero returns. Thancred told us the news upon his arrival. He is presently in the Solar, giving a full report to Lady Memphilia. You should join them at once. Lady Memphilia is most eager to see you. And I promise it's totally not for gay reasons. Totally. My late arrival nearly cost Reyna her life. I wasn't there when the Amalja took her prisoner. And I wasn't there when the served her to Ifrit. Yes, by some miracle she survived, but that does not excuse the fact that she should never have had to face such dangers alone. I failed her utterly. Just as I'm failing you all. What's done is done, Thancred. You can ill blame yourself for every... Reyna, it is good to see you again. Ah! Ah! Okay. I was not aware that the engine blade was a reference to 15. Having no interest in 15 myself. I mean, you do get to listen to some Nier Automata tracks in 14. You need to get to, I believe, post-game Shadowbringers to hear them, but they are in there. Impeccable timing, my friend. I just finished regaling Memphilia with your heroic exploits. Thancred has told me everything. You have done well to return to us. The perils you faced were undeniably great. Yet part of me believes that I had no cause to fear. And now we can put page to our long investigation. As we suspected, the Amalja undertook both the robbery and the abductions with the aim of summoning their primal Ifrit. Nor is this tale limited to Ul'dah. Similar incidents have been rife in both Limsa and Gridania of late. I dare say you've been curious as to how these crimes are linked to the primals. Permit me to explain. Having manifested in the physical realm, primals must consume ether if they are to maintain their presence here. And the stronger they become, the more aether they require. Now, aether exists throughout creation. It flows all through life and permeates the very air that we breathe. Alas, this alone will not suffice to sustain the likes of Ifrit. Nay, he and his kind require a more concentrated source of ether, crystals. It is for this reason that incidents involving crystals can often be traced back to a primal. Which leaves us with the why of the abductions. To To understand this, you must first understand how primals are born. When all is well with the world, primals possess no physical form. Their essence, excuse me, is dispersed across the great river of ether. However, when the world is plunged into chaos, those who worship the primals cry out to their gods for deliverance from suffering. These cries serve as a beacon, which a primal's essence is toward which a primal's essence is irresistibly drawn. It is this coming together, or etheric coalescence, which grants the being's physical form. All this make it sound like primals are things that exist in the ether at all times, and that's not actually true. Once born, a primal gains strength from its followers' worship. The more numerous and fervent they are, the more powerful their god becomes. But the primals are seldom satisfied with such reverence as their adherents freely give, and in order to gain more power, they do not scruple to create followers. They do this by tempering mortals, a process to which you yourself were subjected. Yet even as Ifrit took your comrades in his thrall, you alone remained unaffected. This is thanks to the power you possess, the Echo. We know not the why of it, but those blessed with the Echo are immune to primal influence. It is as though a greater power protects us. When first you came to us, I told you that the Echo would be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. I trust you now begin to see why. Kinda. It's more you just can't refuse. The recent incidents all share a common trait: meticulous planning. Such elaborate designs are a new development, and one which fills me with an unshakable sense of foreboding. While I share your concern, my presiding feeling is one of relief at your safe return. The immortal flames assured me that they will deal with the aftermath, so you need not concern yourself with that. We may rest easy for a time. I suggest you take full advantage of the respite, Reyna. You may be sure it won't last long. Once the people learn the identity of the hero who fell Ifrit, I fear you will have nary a moment to yourself. Whether she intended to or no, Minfilia neglected to tell you something. Something I think would be best you heard from one of us. It concerned the tempered abductees that were rescued. I am sorry to report that all are to be put to death, the flames with whom you were imprisoned included. Needless to say, this information must not be made known to the public. I swear to you that we would not do this if there were any other recourse. But once a man is tempered, he is tempered for life. His very existence lends strength to the primal whom he cannot choose but worship. And so we Scions continue our fight, that no more innocents need be sacrificed. I hope that you will continue to stand with us, Reyna. But I should be going. I must offer my apologies to the Flame General for the losses his people suffered. Till next time. Gods forgive me, how many more lives? Louis Schwab would never have allowed this to happen. I have to do better. I have to be stronger. We're not done with part 2 yet, which is unfortunate because it's time to wrap up. I've been toying with only going for 3 hours in my head lately, and I have decided to try to implement that for this week. So we will be calling it here. Thank you so much to everyone who tuned in. I hope you have enjoyed joining me in this little reliving of early Final Fantasy XIV. I will be back on Saturday. I still have not decided what I am playing on Saturday. Excuse me. But I hope to see you all then. Regardless. I don't know, might relax with some Dead Cells or 30XX for all I know. I hope you enjoy your day too. That is Tay has such cute emotes. I need to ask her where she got her emotes. Anyways, I hope you all have a pleasant rest of your day. And until I see you all again, bon lecture.